All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Expose News TV, your one and only YouTube platform. We're giving up back-to-back updates on how things they be, on how things they shell for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also, remember to like and share this broadcast too. All right, the Nigerian military currently arresting Southeast residents detains outrageous number of Igbos in Niger State's Wawa barracks. This is coming from Barrister Ejiofor. Yes, my people, if this particular talk was coming from the PM Simon Ekpa Njoko, people would come out and say that is always the normal talk of the PM, and we know even at this point that even the Barrister Ejiofor at this point is not in good terms, or PNB is not even happy with everything that is going on with that concerns Barrister Ejiofor, and he's coming out to say this. What does this say about this particular news that is coming out at the moment? Yes, so that you would not claim or say that it's just normal talk just to push the agenda of the Biafra movement. Yes, Ejiofor said that the enforced disappearance in the southeast region of Nigeria has become a harrowing crisis that politicians in the region, especially those who are currently campaigning for elections in 2027, have continued to willfully ignore. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, human rights activist, has raised the alarm over the rising incidents of abductions and enforced disappearances of the Southeast residents, allegedly by the Nigerian security forces, the ZOO security forces. Ejiofor said that enforced disappearance in Southeast region of Nigeria has become a harrowing crisis that politicians in the region, especially those who are currently campaigning for elections in 2027, have continued to willfully ignore. He lamented that hundreds of Southeast elderly parents, young men and women are allegedly regularly taken by Nigerian security forces, disappearing without a trace, noting that the relatives of the victims could no longer determine the status or whereabouts or whether they were still alive. Ejiofor said that Ejiofor commented in a recent publication that he has raised this alarm over the shocking number of our people being abducted daily by state actors under the guise of combating rising insecurity in the southeast, when actually the people that should be looked into concerning this rising insecurity is the north, as a whole lot of things keep happening out their area. But then what they are more concerned about is the Biafra movement, and that is why they send their people instead of to protect themselves from whatever it is they are facing there, which we all know that it's actually government people that are sponsoring those people that are terrorizing them. Of course, what they have decided to do is to send these same people to us here to come and kill and abduct people that would help the cause of the movement. Hundreds of our elderly parents, brothers, and sisters are regularly taken by Nigerian security forces, disappearing without a trace. Our concern deepens with the increasing number of distress calls we receive daily from the families of some of these victims of enforced disappearance. It is especially troubling that the relatives of these victims can no longer determine their status, whereabouts, or even whether they are still alive. The reason for their arrest remains unknown because there is no reason, no just cause for arresting these people, further compounding the agony for their families. Unfortunately, this alarming trend has not been met with the deserving public outcry and condemnation, particularly from those who claim to represent us in high political offices. Instead, a fraction of these officials, seemingly absorbed by the privileges of their position, are preoccupied with the preparation for the upcoming election. Now that the Amnesty International has stepped into to corroborate our concerns about these secret abductions and forced disappearances, we call on our political leaders across all levels to denounce the state actors responsible for this crime against humanity and demand an end to these grave infractions. Of course, these people are not concerned because they don't want to get themselves involved or get killed or warned by the people that are actually involved in the abductions. They are scared of them. The leaders are scared of them. They sound what they only are interested in is the money and the positions they would get from when anything works out well for them. He says here that we have also suggested in our various discussions that security agents have the capacity to identify their targets and apprehend the actual threats, yet they continue to target ostensibly innocent and harmless citizens, which is the truth. According to him, these innocent individuals are then transported to unknown locations where they may be either killed or indefinitely detained without any trace. Wawa military barracks in Niger State, for instance, is currently holding an outrageous high number of innocent Igbos who have been detained indefinitely with no hope of freedom in sight. I am urging the governors of the Southeast states to take immediate action and use the machinery of the government to address this high rising trend. My people, this is what it is. Listen to the next audio that comes by. It is going to be very important that you listen as you follow up with everything that concerns the movement. Thank you.
Then what are you going to do to them that are outsiders? That is the truth. So the Fulanis will be laughing at him. They will be mocking him. They will be laughing at him as they watch him and use him to destroy the lives of the people around that area. I'm not talking about the state. The state is gone. The state can go. The state has already gone because we are in a new state. You are in a new territory of Biafra. So the state is, as far as I'm concerned, the state is useless in as much as they are under the zoo, because those states, those boundaries are another type of representation of the zoo. Another representative of the zoo within Biafra territory are those artificial boundaries that they use to demarcate, Biafra territory. So the states are, as far as I'm concerned, the states are irrelevant. They are useless. I'm talking about the people within that area. You understand? So this man is out and ready, but we will put him where he belongs.
One thing I know is that the party platform, APC, will be the next governor of Abia State. Go and write it somewhere.
So what matters to him is the party becoming the next governor or taking over the old Abia State. You understand? That is what matters to him. The party APC. It doesn't matter who becomes the governor, but as much as is APC. And he even said that that the man. He said that the man is not that the man is not doing well. He said that it's not that the man is not working. It's not that the man is not functioning. It's not that the man is not doing fine. No, that the man is doing fine. But what matters to him is that his party, APC, must be in charge of Abia State. So it doesn't matter who takes over, either devil takes over or not. It doesn't change anything. But what matters to him is APC to be in charge. He doesn't care if the next person from APC will be a destroyer to the lives and properties of the citizens of Biafra within that area. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care. What matters to him is that APC takes over the defunct Abia State. Are you paying attention? So these are the reasons we know them. We are going to do to them what Israel or Japan have done to those that betrayed their freedom. As he said, you should mark it somewhere. I'm telling him now to also mark it somewhere. We shall do to you the same thing Japan is doing to those that betray their citizens. The same thing Israel is doing to those that betray their freedom. We shall do to you and your likes, not only you. And on that note, we will jump into the main segment. We will jump into the main segment that has brought us here this very evening. Please, if you are here, you are listening to me, you're watching this very live program, and you are a true Biafran, I want you to hit the like button. Use just 10 seconds to hit the like button and do the needful. Make sure you get 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 persons here to join this very live broadcast because we are about to do something very, very unique. What we are going to do now is going to be very, very significant because this matter we are about to treat now has been lingering. A lot of people are confused. They do not know what is going to happen. They do not know what we want to do. They do not know what we mean by the declaration of Biafra come December 2nd, 2024. Many people, millions of Biafrans, I'm talking about Biafrans, not even outsiders, Biafrans do not understand what we mean by declaring Biafra, and even outsiders are not aware. So please, we are about to do something very important now to let our people understand what we mean when we say we are declaring Biafra in 2nd of December 2024. So get more people involved. Let them come here and hear the gospel of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Now let's continue.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Today is 20th day of August 2024, and I am here speaking to you from my base in Finland. I want to inform every one of you because it has become very imperative as we are.
First of all, those of you who have been following the event, those of you that have been following the event in recent times, you will understand that some people, some Afonjas, and some unscrupulous elements from here in Biafra land, and of course we call them Ifajunas. Some of these unscrupulous elements have been going about propagating lies. In recent times, just a couple of days ago, they said that the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile had fled from Finland to Venezuela. They said that the Prime Minister fled to Venezuela. I don't know how he will flee from his nation, from his own country, which is Finland, to Venezuela, where he has no citizenship. So if his own nation, where he owns their citizenship, and has served as a military officer, and of course, a politician in that very nation that understands the meaning of democracy, respect the rule of law, I wonder how he will leave that very nation that protects him and his right and flee to Venezuela, where nobody knows him and he has no citizenship to that very country. So this is one of the things we are talking about. When they speak, you begin to wonder, are these people normal? These are the things, these are the proofs that show that these people are frustrated with the exit of Biafra from the Zoological Republic. So he told you that I am speaking from my base, from my location in Finland. And of course, you can see the background.
And I am here speaking to you from my base in Finland. I want to inform every one of you because it has become very imperative as we approach December convention in Finland. You must know certain things. The declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra that is to take place on the 2nd of December is targeted at achieving two objectives. One is the delegitimization of Nigeria. Two is the legitimization of Biafra.
Now, you may be wondering how the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, within Biafra territory is something that we have been carrying out for the past few years. The sit at home that we observe on a daily basis is not on a daily basis, sorry, on a Monday basis is part of it. They call them non-state actors. That's what they called us. Non-state actors. So in any country, in any nation that the so-called non-state actors are giving instructions and the entire part of that country is locked down on a particular day. That means it is a vote of no confidence in the government of that very nation within that very territory. It is the legitimization of that name, of the name of that nation or the government of that nation within that very territory. The so-called non-state actors have no right to shut down the entire region of any nation that has a government. No right whatsoever. You can't shut it down. You can't. The only people that have the constitutional right to say today nobody goes out, because you must give a reason for people to obey you and sit at home. The only entity that has that very right to do so is the government of that very nation, not the so-called non-state actors, as they call us. So for the fact that we have been doing it successfully, that is number one, the legitimization of the zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom within the Biafra territory. That is number one. And then, not only that, we have been showing to the whole world that Biafra land is a nation of its own, that now has a government, that now has military organization, air force, police, navy, and everything, including resistance fighters, and has the capacity to conduct self-referendum, which is voting process, plebiscite, whatever you may call it. These are the signs of the legitimization of an animal kingdom within Biafra land. So now, this declaration which is coming, the declaration of Biafra, which is coming as soon as possible, very, very soon. The declaration of Biafra will now make it official. That is the icing on the cake. The icing of on the cake will be the pronunciation, the declaration, the declaration will now make it official to the whole world that these people have declared their nation. Because let me tell you one thing, the most legitimate way of building a nation, the most legitimate way of coming together to have a nation is when the people within that very land come together to declare their nation. That is the most legitimate form of having a nation. Not when outsiders, the way Britain did, they invaded Africa and say, you are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you are this and that. From today moving forward, you are called the Royal Niger Company territory. For all of you who are not aware, that was the former name of Nigeria. Those of you who are not aware, you are learning it today. That was the, whenever you hear Royal Niger Company, it is not a mere say. It was the name, the official name of Nigeria. The official name of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. It was called the Royal Niger Company Territory. That was the official name. The Royal Niger Company Territory. You must put that, you must remember that word, territory. That was the official name of Nigeria in the olden days. When it was amalgamated, it was never amalgamated as a Nigeria. It was amalgamated as the Royal Niger Company Territory. Until a woman known as Flora Shaw, a concubine of Frederick Lord Lugard, suggested the name called Nega Area. And that name was adopted by her boyfriend or man friend which is the Lord Lugard himself. Excuse me. And today, it becomes Nigeria. Are you understanding? So, that is the reality on ground. And let's listen to the Prime Minister once again as we move.
Legitimization of Nigeria. 2 is the legitimization of Biafra.
Now, like as I was saying, the most important way, the best form of making or having a nation is when the people gathered and make a nation. That is the most legitimate way of making a nation, not when you are being invaded like the zoo. So, declaring Biafra on 2nd of December will now legitimize the Biafra nation as an independent state, because the origins, the citizens, the indigenes have come together to declare from today moving forward, we are called Biafra, independent state of Biafra. That is the most legitimate way of making a nation, not by invasion. Now let's continue.
After the declaration, we are going to have a very long battle with Nigeria.
Very nice and good. Very, very, very smart. Now we are fastly and hastily getting into the point where I want us to discuss. We are hastily getting into that very stage. Are you paying attention? So, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile has said something that people have always been confused about. Pay attention. Please, wherever you are watching from, hit the like button. Whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button. Very, very important. We are live and direct. And of course, Chukwuokike Abiama Bineligwe is bearing us with the time right now is approximately 35 minutes past 8 p.m. in the land of Chukwuokike Abiama. This is our live presentation. He said, we are going to have a long battle with the zoo. And that takes me back to what I just said a couple of minutes ago when I was analyzing Benjamin Carlos' idiocy. I said that one thing that is making me happy, that's giving me joy, is that we do not know how long the Biafran battle with the zoo will last. You heard me when I said it. We are not certain how long it will last. That's what is making me happy. Whether the zoo is going to surrender within 6 months or they're going to surrender within 1 year or whatever, I don't know. But one thing is for sure, they will surrender. And remember that we are not giving up. I didn't say giving up anytime soon, no? Because when you say anytime soon, it will look as if there's any time in future where you are going to give up. No. Giving up or laying down arms is not on our dictionary. This is not 1967. This is not 1967 and can never be 1970. The zoo must be aware of this. And again, there's something the Prime Minister said. We are getting there. So, he said that we are going to have a long battle with the zoo. A long battle with the zoo, which means that ndị Igbo si na-abụ esibe egheghe anyị anọdụ anaghị ana. Ebulu onye Igbo, no matter where you come from, you will understand what I said. Na esibe egheghe anyị nọdụ anaghị ana. If I pay you a visit in your house and with determination of eating supper in your house, and then you are pretending that the food is not getting done. I will sit, as far as I'm comfortable in that house, I will sit there and wait for that food until whenever it is done, we will eat it. We must eat it. Whether I will be there in as much as I'm comfortable there, and you don't have any right, even though you claim that it's your house, but you have no right to ask me to leave. You are pretending the food is not getting done. I will be there and wait for that food until the food is done. We will eat it. That is the battle we are in. You must understand it. We will make the zoo uncomfortable for them to vacate. Whether they like it or not, they will vacate. And that brings me to another topic of where somebody made a comment and mentioned something that is called war of attrition. We will get into that later, but let's continue.
After the declaration, we are going to have a very long battle with Nigeria. But this battle, the good news is that we define how this battle will be fought.
The good
We will fight them
news.
diplomatically, we will fight them politically, we will fight them internationally, and of course, we will fight them locally.
We'll fight them locally, which is militarily. We'll fight them militarily. Now, he said the good news is we are going to be the one to define how this battle will be fought. Some people say, do you have enough army to fight the zoo? Do you have enough equipment to fight the zoo? Do you know they have armored cars? Do you know they have a fighter jet? Do you know they have this and that? How I wish I could see that video. Oh my God, there's a video someone sent to me. Someone sent, I'm not prepared for that video. If I knew, I would have prepared for it. I wish I have a video where they were showing military hardwares, military armored personnel carrier, military, bomber jet, fighter jet, Super Tucano. What's their names? Including armored tanks and all that. That U.S. Army abandoned in Afghanistan and ran away. They ran for their dear life. With all the equipment, the Afghanistan government, which you call Taliban, they were showcasing those arms just a couple of days ago. How I wish I could see that video. I would like to play it. I would love to play that video, honestly speaking. So, people were asking questions. Do you have arms? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you know Nigeria is equipped? Do you know the zoo has this and that? It is not about what they have. This is another thing that every individual must understand, that it is not about what the zoo have. It is about the determination. It is about the determination. It is about the decision. And above all, it is about the strategy of those who are fighting us, which is us. And more importantly, is about the strategy of those who are fighting, which is us. Is about the strategy. So that is what the Prime Minister said, that he said the good part is that we are going to determine how this battle is being fought. We will determine it, not the zoo. In 1967, they determined for Biafrans because of what? We never knew what we wanted to do. The declaration of Biafra, let me tell you another mistake that caused that very conventional warfare. The declaration of Biafra in 1967 wouldn't have been the first. Are you paying attention? Ojukwu did it as a military man, a military head of state in the old eastern region of the zoo. A military governor, sorry. But he did not know that that declaration would have led to invasion that caused the conventional warfare. So he didn't do the needful. He didn't put many things in place because he never knew it would have led to that. And again, during that olden days, the zoo thought that they can just invade Biafra and wipe Biafrans. Just wipe all of them in 24 hours. They never knew it would have been like that. Are you getting me? But now, this government of Biafra has already put everything in place, whereby our men are in the bush. Our men are in mafia. And they know where we are. The good part is that they know where we are. So they know where to get us. Are you paying attention? They know where to get us. They know where to find us. So you cannot leave us where we are and you go outside there to look for us. The whole world is aware where we are. Are you paying attention? So these are the difference. We will determine how to fight this battle. We will determine it. And there is no any amount of threat. There is no any amount of diversion of attention that will make us deviate from the principles and the template of this very war. No amount of threat or attention diversion that will make us change the strategies, the template of this very war. We must stick on our strategy and defeat the Zoological Republic. You understand? So we will determine, as we have already determined, how this war will be fought. They know where to meet us. I want to say it again. They know where to meet us because they know where we are. And we are not hiding. We are not saying, we are not panicking because they know where we are. No, they know. But let them come. They must come to meet us. Whether they like it or not, they must come to meet us. You cannot chicken out. If you chicken out, if you go and hide in your barracks and you don't want to come and meet us, then we have defeated you. You must come to meet us because you cannot allow some group of people to carry AK-47 within a place where you call your territory inside bush. You can't allow it. You have to go and fish them out. So come. The zoo must come to meet us. It's a must. Whether they like it or not, they must come to meet us. Mad people everywhere.
So, the 2nd of December is not after that. Some of you will come and say, oh, there is still military barracks. You are going to have them.
Did you get that? I told you that we have gotten to the point that I want to, analyze properly. Those of you who will say, oh, there are still military barracks. They will be there. They will be there. Pay attention to this. This is one of the most important parts of this very video and, of course, this very live broadcast. You will say after the declaration, there are still, checkpoints. Some of them will still be there. It is not listing. Are you not the one who is telling us, are you ready to fight the zoo? They have Air Force, they have bomber jet, they have military personnel carrier, they have armor tanks and all that. Are you not the one saying it? So do you think they will have all of these things and then they hear that we have declared Biafra, then all of them they will run? No! No way. It does not happen that way. No, they tell us what they have. So how do you think that they will have all of those things and then they will run immediately? No. Those things they have will continue to give them hope and, encouragement that somehow they will defeat these people, because army is trained not to retreat. Army is trained, whether in the zoo, whether zoo army or elsewhere, army is trained not to give up until they meet their Waterloo. That's why, especially this zoo one, this Fulani army, we call them Janjaweed. Until they meet their Waterloo, they don't give up. So that's why the PM said we are going to have a long battle with the zoo. So by the time the freedom is declared, the nation is declared, that is when the main battle will commence. That's why I told you it's going to be more brutal, because that time doom. And this doom Ghana sound will be sounding on top of their head, on top of their own head, on top of their own head. They don't know what is going to hit them. So how do we conquer it? We will conquer it because listen, like the proverb I gave you. I said, Esibe, ayano. We are in our home. Biafra land is our home. We know the terrain. We know everywhere. They came. They are the ones who came here.